Introduction. Have you ever found yourself trapped in a maze of your own thoughts? Overthinking about things that happened yesterday, or worrying about what tomorrow might bring? If so, you're not alone. Hello and welcome. In today's video, we're going to explore how to break free from the shackles of overthinking and embrace the beauty of living in the present moment. A recent study from Stanford reveals a startling fact. Most of us spend about 58 out of every 60 minutes dwelling on the past or the future. That's almost our entire day lost in thoughts that do little more than stir anxiety and prevent us from enjoying the here and now. So, if you're ready to find out how you can cure overthinking and start experiencing a more peaceful and focused life, then you're in the right place. Stay with me as we dive into practical techniques and real-life stories that will help you turn your mind from a cage into a gateway to peace. Let's get started and learn how to close those tabs in our mental browsers, one thought at a time. Keep watching to discover the key to present awareness and mental clarity. Chapter 1: Understanding Overthinking. Overthinking might seem like a simple habit, but it's far more pervasive and impactful than many of us realize. It's not just a momentary lapse, it's a continuous loop that can significantly hinder our mental well-being and quality of life. To truly understand overthinking, we need to recognize it as more than just excessive thinking. It's a repetitive cycle where the same thoughts, worries, or regrets play over and over, like a broken record that won't stop spinning. Think of your mind as an internet browser with too many tabs open at once. Each tab represents a different thought or worry, and with so many open, it's hard to focus on the task at hand. Today, we're going to learn how to close these tabs, one by one, to clear up our mental workspace. Overthinking can be triggered by stress, fear, or past traumas, but it also comes from a habit of not being present. When we dwell on past mistakes or worry about future uncertainties, we miss out on the richness of the present moment. But there's good news. Understanding is the first step towards overcoming. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can start to take control and make a change. Stick with me as we explore practical strategies to quiet the noisy mind and foster a sense of peace and clarity. Chapter 2: The Time Trap. Imagine you're walking through a dense forest, a metaphor for your life's journey. As you walk, you notice you're constantly looking over your shoulder, fixated on the path you've just traveled, or straining your eyes to see through the mist ahead. This constant diversion of your attention keeps you from noticing the beauty and opportunities around you right now. This is what overthinking does. It robs us of our present. We often think of time as linear, a straight path stretching behind us and before us. But what if I told you that overthinking about past and future is like being stuck in a time loop, replaying the same scenes repeatedly? It's like watching a movie and never moving past the opening credits or constantly rewinding to rewatch a scene you didn't like. To illustrate, let's take a lesson from history. Consider Leonardo da Vinci, a master of art and science. Imagine if Da Vinci had spent all his time overthinking his failures or worrying about future criticisms. What if he had never painted the Mona Lisa or designed his innovative inventions? His focus on the present allowed him to create works that were centuries ahead of his time. In our lives, this same principle applies. Overthinking about what could go wrong or what has already gone wrong uses up the mental energy that could be spent on creating, solving, or just living fully. Each moment we spend in worry about the future or regret over the past is a moment lost to the possibilities of now. So how do we break free from this time trap? The first step is to acknowledge that the past is immutable and the future is not ours to see. Our power lies in the present, the only time we can actually influence. In the next chapter, we'll explore practical steps to pull ourselves back when our minds wander off into the realms of past and future. Chapter 3: Techniques to Reduce Overthinking. Now that we understand the pitfalls of overthinking and how it locks us into a time trap, let's talk about concrete strategies to quiet our minds and bring us back to the present. These techniques aren't just theoretical, they're practical, and they've helped many regain control over their thoughts. First on our list is mindfulness meditation. It's like setting down your heavy backpack after a long hike. You feel the immediate relief of letting go. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts without getting entangled in them, to notice them passing like clouds in the sky without holding onto them. Let's try a simple mindfulness exercise right now. Wherever you are, take a deep breath. Focus on the air filling your lungs, hold it for a moment, and then slowly exhale. As you breathe out, let go of any thoughts that are crowding your mind. Just this act alone can help slow down the overthinking process. Next, we have journaling. Think of it as a mental decluttering tool. Just as you might write a to-do list to organize your tasks, writing down your thoughts can help you sort through them, making them less daunting. It's like turning a tangled web of threads into neatly organized rows. Another powerful tool is engaging in regular physical activity. Exercise isn't just good for the body, it's also a mental release. It shifts your focus from mental to physical, pulling you back into the here and now. Whether it's a walk in the park, a yoga session, or a vigorous workout, movement is a powerful antidote to overthinking. Imagine, if you will, a young musician named Emily. Emily struggled with overthinking her performances so much that it started affecting her ability to play. One day, she decided to start jogging every morning. This physical activity didn't just improve her health, it cleared her mind. The clarity she gained from those morning runs allowed her to focus more during her rehearsals and performances, ultimately enhancing her musical expression. Lastly, we'll explore the art of doing nothing. Yes, it sounds counterintuitive, but sometimes, the best way to combat overthinking is to simply allow yourself to be. Sit quietly, without distractions, and let your mind wander without following the thoughts. Over time, you'll find that your mind settles down naturally, without force. In the next chapter, we'll hear from individuals who have successfully implemented these strategies in their lives and the transformations they experienced. Stay tuned to learn how these simple changes can lead to profound impacts on your mental peace and overall happiness. Chapter 4: Stories of Transformation. Having learned about various techniques to manage overthinking, let's explore some real-life transformations that these methods have fostered. These stories not only inspire but also illustrate the practical application and effectiveness of the strategies we've discussed. First, meet James, a software developer who used to spend sleepless nights worrying about code bugs and project deadlines. His mind was always racing, even at midnight. After learning about mindfulness meditation, James began practicing it daily. Slowly, he noticed a shift. His once constant anxiety began to ease, and he found he could approach his work with a clearer, more focused mind. James's story is a testament to how embracing the present can alter our professional and personal lives. Next, let's talk about Lisa, a high school teacher overwhelmed by the pressure of her responsibilities. Lisa started journaling as a way to cope with her stress. Each evening, she would write down her fears, successes, and random thoughts. Over time, this habit helped her recognize patterns in her worries and confront them logically rather than emotionally. journaling became her tool for mental clarity and emotional resilience. Another inspiring story comes from Mark, a retired veteran who struggled with PTSD and overthinking his past experiences. Mark found solace in yoga and physical activities. These practices helped him stay anchored in the present, reducing his episodes of overthinking significantly. Today, Mark leads a community group that promotes yoga and mental health for veterans, helping others find the same peace he has. Lastly, consider Anita, who practiced the art of doing nothing to great effect. Initially skeptical, Anita began setting aside time to simply sit and be. At first, her mind buzzed more fiercely, but as she continued this practice, she noticed a newfound ability to observe her thoughts without attachment, leading to deeper insights into her own mind and behaviors. This practice transformed Anita from being a perpetual worrier to a serene observer of her own life. These stories highlight not just the struggles with overthinking, but the triumphs over it. Each person took a different path, yet all found common ground in techniques that brought them back to the present, to a state of peace and clarity. As we wrap up, remember that the journey to overcoming overthinking is personal and varied, but the destination is the same, a more peaceful and mindful existence. In our next and final chapter, we'll conclude with a review of the key points we've covered and share a final reflection to inspire your ongoing journey toward mental clarity and peace. Stay tuned. Conclusion. As we reach the end of our journey together in this video, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned about overcoming overthinking. From understanding the nature of overthinking and recognizing how it traps us in the past and future, to exploring practical techniques and hearing inspiring stories of transformation, we've covered substantial ground. Remember, the key to managing overthinking isn't about suppressing your thoughts, it's about understanding and redirecting them. Mindfulness meditation, journaling, physical exercise, and the practice of doing nothing are tools that can help you anchor in the present moment, reducing the noise and allowing clarity and peace to enter your mind. Consider the stories of James, Lisa, Mark, and Anita. Each found a unique path to peace through the techniques we discussed. Their experiences demonstrate that while overthinking is a common challenge, it is not insurmountable. The strategies we've explored are more than just concepts, they are pathways to a more serene and focused life. As you move forward, I encourage you to experiment with these techniques. Find what works for you. Maybe it's taking 5 minutes each day to meditate, or perhaps it's writing down your thoughts every evening. Whatever it is, the important thing is to start and to be consistent. Thank you for spending your time with me today. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with others who might benefit. Your support helps us bring more content like this to those who need it. Remember, you are not alone in your journey to overcome overthinking. With each step you take, you move closer to a clearer, more present state of mind. Here's to your success on this path to mental freedom and inner peace. Until next time, keep living in the moment and making the most of now.